it's Kelsey here with Joyful Healthy Living, and today we are going to talk about self-love, which I feel like is so important and honestly the first step to becoming successful in anything. So let's get started. Okay, tip number one, or the first thing that you can do to love yourself, is to put yourself as number one. Okay, I feel like it's so hard because in the society that we grow up in, if we put ourselves first, it's considered selfish or rude or you don't care or whatever. And that's so not true. Putting yourself first makes it so you can better love and care for those around you. I actually learned this when I was in elementary school, but we talked about filling each other's buckets, and we all had a bucket. And we would talk about if you said something nice to someone, then you could pour a little bit of goodness in their bucket and it would get full. And then maybe when someone said something mean, some of the goodness dumped out. And so we really worked on filling everybody's bucket. And I really like that analogy because I feel like it's very clear to understand. But we have to fill our own bucket and put ourselves first, so that we have enough in our bucket to share with our kids and to share with our husband or our students or our parents, whatever it may be. Number two is allow yourself grace, okay? So many of us expect to be perfect. None of us are gonna be perfect, okay? We're gonna mess up every day, and you just have to take those mistakes and learn from them and forgive yourself for those mistakes. There's this analogy of the wagon. You're either on the wagon or you're off the wagon. And so on the wagon is like if it's a diet, you're eating all these healthy foods and you have no cake and you have no cookies and you're just doing perfect at your diet, and then one night, you're having a really hard night and you end up having a little bit of ice cream. And then all of a sudden you're off the wagon and you're eating the whole tub, and the next day you're drinking your pop again and you're eating your potato chips and you have pizza for dinner and you're like completely off the wagon. This mentality is so bad, and it's something that I'm so good at, so I'm also working on it. But we have to remember that wherever we're at is going to be good enough. If we're trying our best for that day, then that's going to be good enough. And like I say this in all my videos, we have to be patient with ourselves. Be patient with those mistakes and just try to do better. This third one is one of my favorites because it's so fun. But it's to praise yourself. And it may seem kind of silly, but you think of like when you're around kids and they've colored outside the line, or they've come out in the dress up that's way too big for them, or they have makeup all the way up their face. And instead of being like, oh my gosh, you are not good at coloring, that dress does not look good on you, your makeup's really bad, you go, oh my goodness, you look so beautiful, you look like a princess. Or, oh my goodness, that's such a beautiful drawing, good job, you're a little artist. Right? And we say those things to kids, and then when we get older, we stop saying it. And we stop saying it to ourselves, and soon we just keep saying these mean things to ourselves over and over and over again. And it's not fair. And I actually made a whole video about this, of changing your negative thoughts to positive thoughts. So I'll link that in the description below. Go check it out. It's going to be super awesome. But just make sure that you praise yourself. Look in that mirror once you get ready and go, I am beautiful just the way I am. And I'm a really good cook. This is delicious. Or whatever. Praise yourself for the things that you do good and that you love. Number 4 is, I feel like it just kind of goes back to some of the other, they're all interconnected, I feel like, but it's to take time for yourself. So often we make time for everybody else and not for ourselves. So we'll make time to go to our friend's birthday, or take our kids to a soccer game, or go watch your husband get an award, or this or that, but we never take time for ourselves. And so make that time for yourselves. I encourage you to make at least 20 minutes of time just for yourself this week. Number 5 is to be true to yourself. And I feel like this really just wraps it up, because when you're true to yourself, you are being aware with what you need. So you know that you're going to need some alone time for 20 minutes to take a bath. Or maybe your friends all invited you to this party and they're all going, but you just really want to spend some time on your homework, or you just want to spend some time with your husband, and so you end up not going. It's doing things for yourself and not doing things just because others expect you to do it. And this one, again, is so important. So I hope you enjoyed these 5 tips or tricks to loving yourself. If you did, hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next week. Bye.